Hi everyone, welcome back to another tutorial. This is Jennifer Biedermann, and what we're going to do is we're going to make these cute little earrings. I made them in two different sizes so you can see. The technique we're going to use is a prismatic right angle weave, and before you click off saying, oh, I can't do that, if you're a beginner, don't worry, I'm going to make it really simple. So just watch and you can do this. Now, in this particular earring, I used a 5mm round. So that means I picked up a different series of beads. And in this one, I used a 4mm fire polish. So I picked up a different series of beads. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So the materials you're going to need for this is, we're going to be using, here, let me put, first of all, we're going to be making this second earring of this. I picked up the same series, but this one's a little bit smaller because I didn't do as many repeats on the side. But I'll show you if you want to make it thicker, you can. All right, you're going to need 2 ear wires, right? 1 and 2. You're going to need a wire guardian. All right, the beads. I'm using 3mm rounds. You can use anything. I'm just using the silver 3mm round. Now, in these earrings here, I used an 8/0 seed bead, but in this one, what I wanted to try was some 3mm Swarovski crystals, bicones. But if you don't have any 3mm bicones, go ahead and use an 8/0 seed beads. It's exactly the same thing. I'm also using some 15/0s. You're going to need a little focal bead here. This is a 4mm for the one that we're making here. It's a 4mm round, size 10 beading needle, and some thread. Now the thread, you can use wildfire or fireline. Very, very important. Don't use 8-pound. Use like a 4-pound or 6-pound at the most. Because if you use an 8-pound, it's going to be really stiff and you're going to see the thread through your crystals and you're not going to like it. How do I know? Because I tried it. So what I'm using is just regular beading thread. It's a Nozu Sonoko. You can use a 1G also. I love this because it's stretchy and it's really, really strong. And I think that's it. I always have pliers on hand just in case my needle doesn't go through my beads. I can just help it along. And that's it. So get your materials together and we'll get started. Okay, so to start, you're going to pick up 6 3mm rounds. And we're going to bring that down our thread. We're going to leave ourselves a little bit of a tail, not much. You don't need to weave it in later. And what we're going to do is we're going to sew back up through all the 3mm to create a circle. Just like that. And bring that down. Hold your tail, otherwise your beads are going to fall off. And then what I'm going to do here is just tie an overhand knot. And another knot, but this one I'm going to double it like that and pull it down. Okay. So prismatic right angle weave is you are creating little units. Okay, so I'm just going to sew through some 3mm, get that knot into one of the beads and just move away from my tail thread right now. So come out any one of your 3mm. Now, with prismatic right angle weave, you can pick up 6, you can pick up 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. It doesn't matter the amount. What does matter is that on the sides here, we're going to be creating units, and each unit's going to be a group of 4 on each unit, okay? So let me move this out of the way. So for the first unit, we're going to pick up a 3mm bicone. We're picking up a 3mm round and a 3mm bicone. My thread is coming out of here, and I'm going to create a unit by going through this bead, and I'm going to go through the next one, and I'm doing that just so I can get set up to add more beads. So let's pull this, and what you're going to see is now we have a unit of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next unit is going to share this bicone right here. And we already have this one, so it's going to share 2. So now we only have to pick up 2. So let me just move in so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to pick up a 3mm bicone. And again, if you don't have bicones, use 8 OC beads. They are the same size. So pick up a bicone and a 3mm round. We are going to go through this bicone here and through the 3mm. That's going to create our unit, but then I'm going to go through the next one. Again, just so I can get ready for adding more beads. So that's what you're going to do. Pull. So now we just created a second unit. Now the next one is the same thing. We're going to share this 3mm and this bicone. So I'm picking up a bicone, a 3mm, and I'm going to go through the bicone, the 3mm right next to it here, and the next one. Here's my tail. Just going to get that out of the way. And you're going to pull that. Now everything's going to lay flat. Don't worry about it. It's all going to bow up in the next step. So we're going to continue that. Pick up a bicone, a 3mm, go through that bicone, the 3mm, and the next one. We just created another unit of 4. Now I started with 6. So in this step, I want to see 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 1 more to do. Well, I have 2 more, but in this case, we're picking up 2. And the last one, we're just going to pick up 1. Okay, so just stay with me here. Bicone, 4mm. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this bicone. I'm going through the 3mm, the next 3mm. And then what I want to do is go up this bicone. Because this is the last set of two to make the 4 in this round. But instead of confusing you, hold on, let me come out of that 3mm. Let's just do this as we've been doing. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we have 1 3mm to add because we started with 6, right? So now what we want to do, we're just gonna pull our thread and we're gonna squish all this up here like this. So my last unit that I need to do when I put it up is I have a 3mm, I have a bicone and a bicone. So I have 3 beads. Every unit is 4, so I only need to pick up a 3mm. So I'm going to go up this bicone, and all I'm going to do is pick up 1 3mm to finish this unit. So you're going to go down this bicone here. I'm really trying to stay on camera here. I have my 4, but now I need to get back up here. So I'm going to go through this 3mm, up this bicone, and now what I need to do, see this? It's all wonky and flippy floppy. We need to go through all of these 3mm only to cinch everything up. So I'm going to go through this a few times just to make sure it's nice and tight. So I'm going to go through all the 3mm. Isn't this easy? I mean, once you get the concept of it, of making units, you're going to realize how easy it is. It just takes practice. Because when I first did this, I was like, I don't understand. I don't understand how everything's going together. But I kept watching videos, and I just got it once I did it. Okay. So we are going through all these beads. Now, this is it for this little component. We're going to start doing other things to it to make the earring. But let's say you wanted to do another step like I did in these earrings, because I did 3 in total. See, 3? This one I'm only doing 2. So if you wanted to do 3, you're coming out of 3, you're going to pick up your 3 to make the, just like we did on the first step. So if you want to continue, just go back to look, just rewind and look back, because it's the same thing. So I'm just going to go through these beads. And the next step, I don't need these 3 millimeters anymore. That's done. I don't need the bicones anymore. The next step is we're going to start with our 15s. Now, if you don't have 15s, you can also use 11s for the step. So I'm coming out a 3 millimeter. I'm picking up a 15. I'm going to go through the bicone. Because what I'm doing here is I just want to hide my thread. That's why I'm adding these beads. So I'm coming out of the bicone. I'm going to pick up a 15 and I'm going to go through the 3 millimeter. And I'm just going to do that all the way around. So I'm just going to turn. I'm in between 3 millimeters, picking up a 15, going up through the bicone. Oops. Okay, we're here. I just came out of here. I'm picking up a 15, and I'm going to go through the next 3 millimeter. And then I'm going to go down again. So I'm just turning, picking up a 15, going through the bicone. And I'm going to just do that all the way around. Now, I know it seems weird to come out of that and just add a bead. I tried picots. I tried all kinds of different ways to go through, to do something between these 3 millimeters. It just didn't work. So this works the best. And because it's such small beads, even an 11, you don't see it. So we're just going to continue on, go down the 3 millimeter, turn, pick up a 15, go through the next 3 millimeter, go down the bicone. And because this project is so fast, you are going to make a lot of these, I promise you, because it's such a fun piece that you can do so much with. And I'm going to let you know what that is. Down the bicone. Pick up a 15. We're almost done. We're at the end now. See, because there's my last 15 that I added, the first 15 that I added there. So now I'm done with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut off this tail. I don't need it. And the next step, you're going to get your 4 millimeters out, these little 4 millimeters. Now, when you put your circle together, what I said I would show you, you know when we just added the 6? Okay, so before you tie your knot, you just put your bead in there just to make sure it fits. And if it's too big, then I would suggest going to 6 to 8 beads. I don't like doing the odd number because, and I'll show you why, because when we add this bead, we have to go directly across. If it's an odd number, we're going to be like this. So that's what you do. You just When you do your circle, just put it in there. Does it fit? Yep, fits. I tried this with a bicone, doesn't work, so don't try it, or try it and see if you like it. Just looks a little weird. Okay, so now we're gonna add our 4 millimeters on both sides. So I'm coming out of any one of these 3 millimeters. Now, I'm just gonna turn it here. I'm coming out of this one, and I'm gonna go directly across here. I picked up a 4 millimeter. I'm gonna go directly across. And it's just gonna sit like this. So I'm coming out of this one. I'm gonna go back through that 3 millimeter. I'm sorry, I'm really close. I just want you to see what I'm doing here. I'm just holding it there. So now, let's just turn. I'm coming out of it. Now, I went through here, so now I'm going to go through the bead on this side. Okay? Now, your thread shows a little bit, okay, but we're really close up. But I'm just going to push this bead in a bit, and it kind of puts everything, like everything's inside. If I added beads here, I don't want that look. I just want this kind of hovering in there. So that's it. Now what I'll do is let's go across. So I'm going to go through a 15. Oops, hold on. I'm looking at my camera, not my work. Going through the 15, the bicone over here. I just want to work my way over to one of these 3 millimeters on the other side, because I want this to be front and front, right? Not front and back. And now it's time to add the wire guardian. So I'm just going to go through some beads. And I want to come out one of these 15s. Okay? So now we're going to add the wire guardian. Okay, so we're going to pick up 4 15s. We're going to pick up our wire guardian. And again, if you don't have a wire guardian, just do a bead loop, but be really careful when you put the jump ring on or the ear wire. So you're going to go through the wire guardian. We're going to pull that down, and then we're going to pick up another 4 seed beads. 15s. No, we're not. We're going to go back. We're not picking up the 4. We're going through the wire guardian. We're going to go through the other side. Okay. Okay. Let me just get into position here. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So I'm coming, I just picked up 4, added my wire guardian, coming in here. I want to go through this 15. So now I'm going to pick up 4 seed beads, 15s. And I'm going to go through this 15 right here. If I can get through there. Yeah. All right, now we're attached. But now what we want to do, because now it's like flopped, we need to do something on the other side. So go through the bicone and the 15 on the other side. Okay. You're going to pick up 4 more 15s. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to go back up the wire guardian here. Just like that. Pull. We will go down the wire guardian again and do the same thing on the other side. See, now it's getting tight. Okay, so now I have my pliers and I'm gonna just pull that through. picking up 4 more 15s, last ones, and we are picked up 4. I'm going to go through the 15 here, and that's done. That's attached. I'm not going to reinforce this because my needle will not go through that wire guardian anymore. So I'm going to pull that, and now we have this. Okay, let me move out. So now we have this. Isn't this interesting? To me, it's interesting anyway. Okay. Now what we want to do is just go through your beads, and you're going to tie off your thread. So go through some beads. I usually go around here, just the 3 millimeters. And I'm going to tie off, like make a little half-hitch knot. So that means I'm going under the thread bridge. I'm going to pull, leave a little loop, go through the loop and pull, and continue on through the beads. And once that knot is done, it's pretty much safe. Again, these are earrings. They're not something that you are, you know, like on your wrist or something that gets a lot of wear. So look, for demonstration purposes, that's good. I'll probably go back and redo it, but I'm just going to go ahead and cut my thread. So that's our cute little earring. I'm just going to pop that bead in there. Yeah, I want that bead to kind of pop in there. And you have beautiful crystals on the side. And now you want your ear wire. Okay, so you know these ear wires, I have a lot of them. I hate them. I hate these, okay? These pre-made wires, they always fall out of my ear. So this is what I do. I like to make my own ear wires. So I just have to adjust it and push it down. Yeah, anyway. So open the loop. Doesn't matter which side because they both have a front, right? So we're just going to pop that on here. Yeah, so I have a lot of these, so I'm just going to use them. But I will adjust them. I wouldn't sell this with like, whoop, coming out this way. And there you have your earring. Look how cute it is. Look how cute. So, like I said, you can make it as wide as you want. You can make it as large as you want. You can use different focal beads in the front, different beads on the side. This is endless. And what you can do with these, you know, I saw I made an earring, but you know those projects where you make bracelets and you make, you know, you put a button on the end, make a beaded loop and put it over the button. This is like a component instead of the button. Just use this for a clasp. Seriously. You can use this. It's a beaded bead. You can use it in anything. So I hope you liked the tutorial. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. That would be great. Helps me out a lot. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe so that you can be notified of new videos coming up. And that's it. Hope you liked the tutorial, and I'll see you back at the next one. See you soon. Bye.